CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the chicken's here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to go over everything that happened today, and oh my god, it was crazy. We went all the way down, we went all the way back up. We ended up losing 5 stars, but I'm going to talk more about that in a second. Guys, I do want to hammer it home. If you have not already, make sure that you join our Discord server. That's open to everybody. Also, if you guys have the means and say you've been a long time, fan of the channel, or you just have the means to support, you could become a channel member. And what I do is, for the channel members, there's a private room in the Discord server where you can ask all your questions, get whatever you need from me, whether that's just chatting or if you have questions about warships, anything like that. That's not just because you guys are members. It's just something that I try to do for the people that do, that do feel like they can support. So appreciate that. And yeah, so let's get into it. Now, this was not the base that I was running. I'm going to show you my base in a second. Yeah, so what happened today was just absolutely insane. So for whatever reason, I got the idea in my head that after sitting and not playing for almost 2 days, that it'd be a good idea to push and, like, get the stars up a little bit. So in the 2 days that I hadn't been playing, the tech, that's what we call this, the tech level. I had a bit of a tech advantage because I made all like really good choices in the tech tree, and I took like advantage of my rank chests and things like that. All the stuff that I had, people had caught up to, and they had that, sometimes more. So it, it was so frustrating because my first battle against somebody, I was on a win streak that I had from, last time I played a couple days ago. And I would have got my first stars of the day. So I would have got, this is why it was so enticing, I would have got 22 stars for that win. And I do the first match, and it was against a 70R, and I got 2 minutes and 25 seconds against him. It was a draw. So I was like, okay, now I got that itch. It's like, okay, I know I had that one. And if it's a 70R, I'm going to go against a 6 and clean his clock and then get those stars. But loss. We lost 5 in a row. And then we went all the way down to rank 23 and 19 stars. That was the lowest that I got today. And we were able to get all the way back up without really unlocking anything. Just pushing. I don't know how many attacks I did today, but it felt like at least a couple hundred. So I'm going to go over the attack style I was using. This is for people that have heavy choppers and bombers. I was not using rocket choppers. I was not using seekers. We'll show you those hits against us because that was giving us a lot of problems. But I guess most importantly is we'll show you guys the base. So let's go like, let's show you guys this one. This was our last one. It won by 4 seconds, but the win streak got us back in a 24. Yeah, wait, is this my base? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it definitely was. So here's the base, guys. Now take a screen grab if you don't have it already, but this base is very, very strong. Now, the base alone is not going to net you wins. That's what I found out today. You could have the best base in the world, you can keep swapping it out. If you're not able to keep up on offense, you're not going to progress, you're not going to maintain, and you're going to fall back. So it's a great base because, the grappler's picking them apart over here. There's Brick right there. Well, grappler not so important for the heavy chopper, rocket chopper attacks, but it still helps anyways. So here's the idea. Now I'll just play this in 4-speed because with heavy chopper, rocket chopper, it's a little bit different, but you guys get the idea. You get the design of it and everything like that. I just wanted to show this replay. So I mean, it's not really anti. It's kind of anti-seeker, I guess, but it's a little bit open to everything else. It's a little bit open to bombers. It's a little bit open to heavy chopper, rocket chopper, as we just saw. But it took him quite a long time to do that. So the more important thing was our hits. Now I'll show you the last one, the most exciting one first. So here's what I found today. Stop using Kavan. If you're using Dr. Kavan, stop using him. He's not going to help you. He's too slow. If your attacks are lagging so much because you're fizzling, then there's something else you need to change. It's not Dr. Kavan, especially not for 56 keys. I feel really bad for people that did pick him up because it ended up not being as helpful as simply getting more GBE. Getting Barrage helped for sure. I just lost my video. Getting barrage for sure helped, and just optimizing your attacks. So let's take a look at it here. So this is what I started doing. I started just fully dropping on the right side, and the reason I did that was I found the delay drop of the one chopper and two bombers on the left. It was just too slow. The whole problem with the attack was just everything was too slow. So here's what I did instead. Now, I did go ahead and get barrage, and I maxed it out today. I felt like that was the only thing that I could do because I had to push, and I had to push right now because I was falling behind on tech. So I had to unlock whatever was there that was going to help me, even if it was slightly. Barrage was not huge, but it helped me slightly. So here's what I do. If there's a shock blaster or a grappler, I take it out right away. Next, we move on to the rocket launchers. I find barding them out is a much better use of your gunboat energy than simply hoarding it all and then going for a huge, barrage Hail Mary at the very end as you're flaring the last engine room. That works well if the base is easy to just walk through. A lot of these bases are not easy to just walk through. Your bombers are getting hit by mines, they're getting pulled by grapplers, they're getting stunned by shock blasters or whatever. And the rocket launchers absolutely destroy them because the heavy choppers tend to stay together no matter how well you space them. And then if you get into reflaring and things like that, that ends up costing you more time. The only thing you can really do as a heavy chopper bomber player is to simply spam battle orders. It's just orders. That's the only thing that's going to help you. If you're not doing that, if you're not hitting 3 to 4 battle orders per attack, then you're probably not winning. Unless something is, unless your base is, holding up or the other guy does something well. But typically you want to be in that 220 range. That 220 time range is the sweet spot. Now, I got lucky. I had a lot of defenses. It's not necessarily lucky because, I built up my base and I picked a good base. But it's not enough to guarantee wins, I guess is what I'm saying. Having the really strong base is not going to guarantee you wins like we saw earlier in last week. Switching to specific bases was able to give you like a 10 win streak. Depending on your rank, but I'm talking about like up where I am. You can't just rely on the base. And you got to time everything perfectly. So you see what I mean? It's like all this stuff, to win by 4 seconds, it all comes down to the fine stuff. The flaring as the sky shield expires. The, using your barrage appropriately. Using, other stuff. So let's, that was 149. This guy fizzled. That was 210. That was a close one. That was 219, 214. So you see we're right in that kind of range. Yeah, man, some of them were just bad hits from the other guys, so, but those were few and far between. This was a great streak that I had, and I rode it, and then I jumped right off. I didn't push it. I didn't try to get greedy, because I already tried to get greedy by playing initially the first time, and that backfired massively. So, my plan from here on out is to just simply park now. I'm on a win streak currently, so if I need to, I can do one more battle. And hopefully we've got enough tech that we unlocked today. We're a full dirty 6 with max barrage. We are on a win streak, so if I do need to, a few days later, do one attack to get us 22 stars. It's going to be a gamble, but we'll have to do it. So if we have to do it, I don't know. We'll have to see what the leaderboard's going to look like. But keep in mind, if anyone else is in my position, the last 10 minutes of the season, your stars do not count on the leaderboard. So you're waiting to the absolute last second. Don't risk it. Or it's not going to matter. Do it earlier, I guess. 10 minutes is the cutoff. So do it with like 15 minutes left so you know that your attack's actually going to count. Now you see right here, I did lose Brick. But we were able to still make it work just because we had pretty good flare coverage. And he didn't have max rocket launchers. That was the biggest thing. So then, we're just trying to keep in charge here, and yeah. Now, here's what I did here. I believe I used my extra gunboat energy on this engine room to flare quicker to the one on the left, I think. Maybe I'm lying. No, I guess not. Actually, these ones went down at pretty well the exact same time. Okay, I used it on the left because that one took longer, but yeah, you see it's a trade-off because I had to flare onto it after I threw the artillery. So, if you have a battle orders, maybe a battle orders and a flare is the better option. But yeah, man, that was it. Shout out to Alex Zoo, man. I've fought this guy like 6 or 7 times this season. He's been all over the leaderboard. He's been in Where are we at now? So we're at number 4. Yeah, he's at number 6. He was at number 2 earlier today. The guy's just grinding like crazy. 1,500 battles. How many battles do I have now? 582. So I think I had like 440 before, so I did like 120 today. Ah, man. If you're thinking about parking, but it's frustrating still too, right? Because I had 24 and 15 stars, which I'm still not sure if that was enough. Now we're at 24 and 9 stars, and I'm just kind of, you know, hoping and praying that's going to be enough to get us on the leaderboard. But that's the chicken's words of wisdom today. It was a crazy. The whole process took me like 6 hours of playing and not playing and playing and switching the base, and oh man, it was wild. But I hope it helps you guys out. I hope that you enjoyed that. And yeah, so guys, make sure to check out the Discord server if you haven't yet already. It's pretty cool. We got a lot of people in there now, so it's the place to be. And yeah, don't copy this base, by the way. This is, whoops, this is not a good base. Don't use this one. Guys, thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Chicken out. Back.